Hello and welcome to a new video. This time, as you can see, we are taking a look at every LEGO Ninjago skeleton villain minifigure ever released. Tell me in the comments down below what your favourite of these figures are. And now let's get stuck in with it and start all the way at the beginning with 2011. There were 4 warriors released in 2011, Frackjaw, Bonezai, Krazi and Chopov. One for each of the 4 main elements of Spinjitzu. They all had the same basic build with different faces, belt printing and head accessories. Frackjaw came with this hat which covers up some really cool printing at the top of his head. His torso piece had red spikes on it to represent the fire element, and with that taken off we can see what he looked like in some sets when he was released without the armour, which of course was only released in certain sets. There is some print at the top of the torso and then there is the back, so yeah, that was Frackjaw, the skeleton of fire. Next was Bonezai, who again had the armour piece, this time with white spikes for the ice element, but in most sets he appeared without it, so this is what Bonezai looked like in the majority of sets that he was released in. Well, the armour piece was, I believe, exclusive to his spinner set, and then there we can see all of his printing as well. Krazi was the lightning skeleton, of course. He's got the jester hat, which only came in the Ice Dragon attack set, and he's got the blue chest piece here, which was only available in his spinner, and also came with Nuckal, the skeleton general. There is what he would have looked like in his spinner set, and then this is what Krazi looked like in the Ice Dragon attack set. And finally there was Chopov, the earth skeleton. He came with this helmet piece, and then there is the printing under that, and again the armour piece which covers up a little bit of detailing, but adds a really cool look to him like so. So those were the 4 basic skeletons in 2011, and then there were the 4 generals, Nuckal, Kruncha, Whyplash and Samukai. Nuckal did come in a spinner and also Nuckal's ATV and the monastery. As you can see, he's got the same armour piece as Krazi, as I mentioned earlier. He's got the blue belt there, he is of course the lightning general. The torso on all of these skeletons is the same as what we just looked at, so I won't bother removing the armour for the others, but yeah, then you can see his face, the bony mohawk which is pretty cool, and then some detailing on the side of the head as well. Kruncha and Whyplash both had unique armour pieces to them, as you can see there. Kruncha has got that helmet built into his head, and there you can see the armour piece a little bit better, and he's also got the monocle too. And then Whyplash of course has got the hat there, and yeah, then you can see there is also a little worm poking out the side of his head, and it's very small, but you can see that there is actually a smiley face on the worm. And finally there was Samukai, with 4 arms so he could hold the 4 golden weapons. He also had a mouth that could open and close, that was very cool as you can see. You can see the detailing on his face there, and yeah, the big forearm piece is one giant piece, and the rest of him is just a regular skeleton underneath, as you can see. So yeah, this was a very cool minifigure, only available in Garmadon's Dark Fortress and the Fire Temple, so yeah, Samukai is a very expensive minifigure to get today. Skeletons made their return in 2016 with Day of the Departed giving us a brand new Frackjaw and Krazi. As you can see, Krazi came with the ghostly green axe piece, but then there you can see they've got the same skeleton torso piece now, both with the red belt. Krazi, as you can see, has got different colour hat than before, but the face print is very similar to the original one. And you can see that a bit better with the hat removed. Then Frackjaw again has a face that is very similar to the original, as you can see there with the bolts in his head, and they carry on around the back of the head, which the original one didn't have, so that is pretty cool. Next up are the legacy skeletons, which gave us Kruncha, Nuckal, Whyplash and another different version of Whyplash. And yeah, you can see these are quite a bit different to the skeletons that came before. They've no longer got the skulking boots, which is a real shame because that was something very iconic to the Ninjago skeletons that kind of set them apart from the rest of LEGO. So it was a shame that they got rid of them here. The headpieces are also a lot smaller than the originals, as you can see. The original headpieces were very big in comparison, which means that they had to change the armour, and so they kind of look a little bit bare now. As you can see, Kruncha can now wear an actual helmet like so. There is all of his detailing and his face there. You can see that Whyplash and Kruncha in 2019 had the same face, so there's nothing really unique about him, as he's got the same torso as Nuckal and he no longer has the worm coming out of his head. And then as for Nuckal, as you can see, he's got the face there which is quite different to the original face, but it is more show accurate, as you can see on screen now versus what he looked like in the show. But of course the original head shape was much better in capturing the mohawk. As you can see, the new one just uses the mohawk piece, which is very inaccurate. And then there is this guy who came out in 2021 in the Epic Battle set, with the same design as Whyplash but with a different face print that you can see there, which is different to the 2019 face, but he still has the missing tooth. So yeah, those were the legacy skeletons. I do like the heads. I think the heads look very good on the old body pieces, but as for the bodies themselves, I think they should have at the very least kept the skulking boots that they were known for. 2020 gave us the Awakened Warriors for the Shintaro wave. All 3 were exactly the same, so we'll just look at one here. As you can see, they use the same legacy design with the helmet there, which has got a black bone on the top. you can see it's got a very cool face print, and I do think this legacy design works a lot better with these black skeletons here than it does with the others. Yeah, these skeletons do look very cool. Again, I do still wish they had the boot pieces, but in the show these weren't actually Skullkin, they're just skeletons that have been reanimated by the Skull Sorcerer, so it doesn't matter too much, and yeah, like I said, I think these work a lot better than the legacy skeletons. So yeah, those were the Awakened Warriors, and now the skeletons we're about to look at came out this year in 2023 with the new core wave. And of course, that is the Bone Warriors. We've got 3 unique designs, and some of the designs are of course repeated throughout the different sets with different accessories and such. So we've got 3 unique minifigures here, but 5 different versions of them with how they wear their accessories and such. So we've got the Bone Knight, the Bone King, and the Bone Warrior. And then this guy is the Bone Scorpio, but he's just the Bone Knight with different accessories. Starting with the Bone Warrior here, as you can see, he's got some pretty cool bone weapons there, nice torso and leg printing, and the really cool Bone Warrior face print. He's got a bit of armour here as well, and then there we can see his back detailing, and he does also appear with a version with a hat, as you can see here, instead of the only headpiece, but he's got the same torso and leg printing. The Bone Knight is a very cool minifigure here. As you can see, he's all armoured up and he's got that very cool flag piece in the back with the red goat skull. That is very, very cool there. I really like that. That can be moved up and down and removed if you want to, so there is the Bone Knight without all of that. He does just use the same torso and legs as the Bone Scorpio minifigure, as you can see there, just with different accessories, and then there we can see their back detailing. Under the jaw piece is just the same as the other Bone Warriors, as I'm sure you can probably tell. And then finally we have got the Bone King, a very cool minifigure, and all of the parts on him are exclusive to him. As you can see, he's got that very cool armour printed on his torso, covering him from head to toe. You can see his face there, which looks like a metal bone face on this green ghostly skeleton head. I'm guessing that if he does end up being in the show, he could be a ghost. He's got this big tattered black cape here, and under that we can see some more armour which kind of looks like dragon scales. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this guy shows up in the TV show or not, and if he does, what his deal is, because this is a pretty cool minifigure and I would love to see it in action. The Bone Warriors from Core are definitely some great figures that we have gotten. The Bone Scorpio does come with this small scorpion mech build to sit on, with these bone legs here using the spider leg pieces, and also a stinger in the back with the same piece. Very creepy. That is every skeleton villain minifigure that LEGO has released for Ninjago from 2011 to now in February 2023. Yeah, some pretty cool villains in here. The skeletons were of course the original villains for LEGO Ninjago and are of course very iconic to its history. So yeah, it's quite cool that even now in 2023 we're still getting new unique skeleton types to add to the collection. Maybe the Bone Warriors will be the last we ever see of them, or maybe they won't. As I mentioned earlier, Samukai is a very expensive minifigure, so if you want to see just how much he goes for online, then click right here to see what the top 20 most valuable LEGO Ninjago minifigures are. That's it for this video, and so I will see you again very soon.